We were playing Java. I highly doubt this will work on Bedrock, but if somebody figures it out, show me, and that'd be super cool. We're playing version 1.21.4 right now. This is the Deathbed. The essence of this is if you sleep in that bed for 4 or so seconds, you're soft-locked, which means you can't play the game anymore unless you're really, really, really fast or something. A couple circumstances that you could get out of this. We'll talk about that. But here's the gist of it. We're going to go into survival. I got a few items that would normally be something helpful, and they're not helpful for this trap. So I'll show you. I'm going to eat a golden apple even going in here. A notch. Alright, cool. So we're going to... It's nighttime, so I can sleep. This is actually perfect. This is the trap out here. It's wonderful. It fits in a 7x7x19 area. It was a challenge, but I got it. I'm super happy about it. Maybe it's not the greatest Minecraft trap, but I think it's pretty good. So right now, safety's on. This means the trap is deactivated. That's what that means. I'm going to flick this. The trap is all activated. So if I sleep in this bed... Actually, I'm going to show you safe first. So the trap is deactivated. I'm going to sleep in this bed, and it's going to be normal. Nothing happens. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. Alright. I'm going to activate the trap. Well, actually, you did hear a pufferfish, but, you know, that's more like a... That's why I have a pufferfish in my room. Extra points if you have a pufferfish around a fish tank and lava around. If you have those things, this trap is highly undetectable. Okay, I'm sleeping in my bed. And if you see the walls come up, you're soft-locked. Game over for you. You're going to be dropped into this chamber, and immediately you're going to notice a few things. One is that I can't swing or hit anything. I can break some of these armor stands, but as soon as I break them, they get replaced. And also, there's water everywhere. The water is here because there's a few ways that you can potentially get out of this. One, I'm gonna first show you mace with that thing that flings everything in the air. It doesn't work down here. Pickaxe, obviously, you can't break any of the walls, even when jumping and stuff. Coarse fruit, can't eat. Can't eat. Can't throw a pearl. Can't throw a potion, even. Can't drink a potion. Can't eat a notch. Can't place blocks. So we're stuck. Everything's stuck. Okay, I'm gonna show you a little bit about how this works. I'm gonna deactivate it. If you want to reset everything and deactivate it, actually, let's pretend I had died. Okay, player. Okay, I died. I don't know how I managed to do it. I starved or something, and I died down in there. And you're like, Levi, I got you now. Normally with this trap, if you do manage to die, you can get out because, you know. But that's why the bed's so genius, is you did set your respawn, and you respawn in lava each time you spawn. You can't get out of this lava. I've blocked it all up. You can't swim through that gap or anything. You could even block that if you really wanted to. But just as you have to be let out to do anything. So let's just do that. And I'll show you a little bit about how it works, and then we'll talk about the ways you could get out of this potentially. You go to sleep, and a pufferfish can detect if your head is in that corner. This pufferfish here is going to tell the whole system, okay, we need to send up these blockers, and your player is like, oh, the only place I can wake up is in this little 1x1 hole. The 1x1 hole detects that you're there and drops you down into the chamber, which then drops this down on your head. It starts flinging water. I'll tell you about that in a little second here. But that's the gist of the system. Here's a little wraparound. If you do end up downloading this world, because I'm going to attach a zip file or something, so if you're interested, you can check it out. Those are prototypes up there. They do not function as well as this one. So if you want to copy one, just find this one. It's the closest to that little spawn island. But yeah, let's deactivate it. This is the deactivation and reset switch, so everything is back to safety, and also you can let people out. No, the water. The water is the one fail point. If you do flick the switch at a certain time, the water system here will leave some this here. The bucket it's off time, which is fine. If you notice that, you can hit that button and it'll fix it. And then you're like, oh no, there's armor stands out. Well, It's fine. You can break the armor stands, and the system will detect that and put them back in. How does it do that? Well, 1, this detects when an armor stand is broken, and 2, this guy is looking at that slot down there, and he's like, oh no, there's armor stands, so he activates this, which is pretty cool, because if there are no armor stands down there, he's only detecting like the heads, the top half of them. If there's none of those down there, he's gonna calm down, which will cause more of them to be put in the system. So 2 fail-safes right there. Also, you do place an armor stand when you hit the tripwire. So there's like 3 ways to add tripwires. I don't know how this guy got out here. That's weird. But anyways, what did I need to tell you? Right. If you want to turn off your water system, which I totally get that, you flick that lever, and you flick this lever, and there will be no more water. It's because it's not necessary. The water is there for one purpose. It is annoying, which is like a benefit, right? But here's the out. There's 2 outs. A is drinking a feather falling potion, a slow falling potion, right? Drinking a slow falling potion makes it so that when you fall down this chasm here, you hit the tripwire, but you hit it slow enough that you are not in the system when it all clamps down. You get it? So you are on top and you can mine your way out. So that's one way. 2 would be getting out of bed before the walls come up, which we're just assuming that you slept long enough that the walls came up and then you're cooked. Or 3, and you say, well, what if they hit the tripwire on the way down? They broke it. Just to show you a little bit more about how tripwires work, because not everybody knows this. But tripwires are cool that even if you break them, they still set off a signal. So you don't need to worry about somebody breaking the tripwire being. My reflexes aren't that fast, but some people I know are. So yeah. And then the third way, here's the most common method that people are going to use to get by this. Here, let me show you what happens to armor stands. Armor stands are pretty awesome, but they do have one weakness, and that's fire. Fire is the armor stand's weakness. So if we're in survival here, and we hit this armor stand, watch that happens. This is important. If it burns up, it does not drop an item. That's a problem on multiple levels. One being, obviously the system needs more armor stands to recycle. And if a player has fire aspect and they're able to just burn enough armor stands, you're done. You let them free. So that's why we have the water. The water is designed to slow that process down. They can still hit the things at the right timing that they do burn, but it's much harder to do when there's water in the system. And it's flicking on and off so that your player doesn't drown, because you don't want your player to drown. I've tried to think of ways around that. That's the best I could do. But it is up to you how powerful your system is. So when the player dies, or they're throwing items out, their items get sorted into here. This is where the player items go. This is your armor stand storage. So as many armor stands as you want in the system, you can add to this. Like, this does not have to stop at a double chest. You can add, in essence, as many chests as you want. That's just fine, and it'll work the exact same way. If you want to add, for whatever reason, if you wanted to just add armor stands to the thing without, you would flick this lever. Flicking that lever is gonna just add armor stands. That's all that does, and it's off now. No worries. There's a lot of levers on this thing that do a lot of different things. And again, I fit it in the 7x7, so this is probably not the best design out there. You could do better. What else did I want to go over? Right. No. Yeah, that might be virtually everything. So yeah, if the person has a fire aspect sword, they could grind it out and eventually destroy every one of your armor stands. That would take a while, depending on how many you put in here. When the system detects an armor stand, it'll put it back into the system. Nothing ever gets added to your storage. That's not how that works. Cool. Yeah, so there's your system. It's all, safety's off now, so this shut up. You can no longer walk out. Again, this is not optimized. The redstone is messy. I understand that. I'm not a pro at redstone by any means, but I had a ton of fun building this, and there was a lot of obscure things that I used, like the pufferfish. That has got to be one of the coolest things in the game, is the pufferfish. And this bulb here, it doesn't power these pistons when it's powered, but this guy can still tell that it's powered, and he sends a signal down to here to add to unlock that hopper. So many cool mechanics that is only possible by the so many unique blocks in the game. But yeah, this is the 7x7x19 Deathbed. I think that's all the information you need. If you were to sleep in this bed for like 4 seconds, you're soft locked. Sorry. I just wanted to say, like, huge shout out. This farm takes heavy inspiration from Ray's works. He's a genius in redstone, and I think I've recommended him before because this man is just a legend in all of his fields. You should check out what he does. He's on a mission right now, I believe, to make a farm for every block in the game, and so he's not there yet, but go support him. Dude does not have enough love on his channel. He's been a huge inspiration for me in a lot of the farms I've done, and I really appreciate that dude for all the cool stuff he builds. But heavy inspiration from him. My farm is a little bit different, but the idea for the number one, the cauldron, that was super smart, and I wouldn't have figured that out, I don't think. Maybe a composter works, but the cauldron, A, to hold them in the middle, and B, the armor stands in the first place as a soft locker. So huge shout out to Ray. Go check out his channel. His farm is probably a lot better than mine. And for a third time, go optimize this system. It's not as good as it can get. I'm sure of it. What I've done that's unique is I haven't used the pressure plate. And I've used the water system. And I've added the deathbed aspect to this. And also the kill chamber up top. So that if they do manage to die, they still don't escape your system. So that's what I've done. And go check out Ray. Go check out Ray. If you like this type of stuff, you'll find a home there. If you want to build this machine, I wish you the best of luck. Take care.